Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. I am Staff Sergeant Jennifer Roque, and today we're going to be talking about obesity in America, more so for focusing on how to prevent obesity in America. So if you look at the slide, you'll notice this wonderful graphic that talks about obesity in the United States. There's a little code down here. It shows you that the red states in the South are basically the most obese in the United States altogether. And then the yellow ones, which is the lightest shade, are the ones that have less of an obesity rate. According to WebMD in 2009, 63.1% of American adults were either overweight or obese. It's a staggering number. It's a slight increase from the previous year's rate, which was 62.2%. Of the 63.1%, 36.6 were obese and 36.6 were overweight and 26.5 were obese. That's a lot. I was young. I was actually extremely overweight, so much so that my doctor had to pull my mother aside and explain to her how it was affecting my health and things like that. And I was only 14 years old. So you can see how at a young age, some of those habits start to form. Many young children are at risk of becoming overweight or obese due to fast food restaurants growing throughout the country, less physical activity in schools, and the fact that in most households, both parents work. So to begin with, this is what we're going to go over today: contributing factors of weight gain, different ways to lose weight, and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Okay, so some contributing factors of weight gain. You have less access to healthy food in schools. If you go into a typical school nowadays, you'll see the vending machines selling Monsters, all the different energy drinks, Red Bulls, candy, things like that. With the instatement of the No Child Left Behind policy, a lot of schools have had to cut out physical activity altogether just to make sure they can cram in as much extra schooling as possible to make sure students are going to pass their the state required tests that they have to do every year. Increases in restaurant portion sizes. Between 1977 and 1996, there was a significant increase in restaurant portion sizes, almost doubled. Also, there's an increase in sedentary lifestyles among children when you have Xboxes, PlayStations, all the different iPods, iPads, things like that that kids have nowadays. They tend to play outside less and stay inside more. Both parents working in the household, there's less access to healthy meals because parents are trying to cook something that's quick and easy and get it on the table. With that, with the parents that are working more, less families are really eating together at the dinner table. More kids are sitting in front of the TV, eating by themselves, and just kind of zone out and eat as much as they can. Why are we talking about childhood obesity? Like I kind of mentioned earlier, the obesity forming habits kind of start when kids are young. So if you have an understanding of how they start, and then you can kind of figure out how to cut it off and how to start or how to stop it before it starts. So portion control is a big one that you have to keep in mind. Smaller portions, obviously, you're not going to gain as much weight. Increase in physical activity and building muscle as well as cardio. The more muscle you have, the more calories your body's going to burn. All right, and then maintaining that healthy lifestyle. You have to have a workout partner. You have that accountability. It kind of helps you stay on track. Cook more at home, cook more healthy meals, eat out less. And if you do eat out, maybe eat about half of what the restaurant gives you since those portion sizes are so big. And then weigh yourself weekly. According to the Centers for Disease Control, if you weigh yourself weekly and actually see how your progress and what you're doing, it'll actually keep you on track and help you have that visual. So with the conclusion, or food for thought, if you will, if obesity rates continue on their current trajectories, by 2030, these 13 states could have adult obesity rates above 60%, according to a 2012 report from the Trust for America's Health and the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. So a lot of southern states, probably because of all the fried food they have, things like that. So Mississippi, Alabama, Kentucky. Yeah. So thank you for coming. I hope you've learned a lot from my speech, and that's all I have for you today. Thank you.